Now this is going to be the most interesting video of the whole series till date. This is an image that I found on internet. It's not related to our content of this video, but it's an interesting comment with Buddha made on it so that the code remains bug free. Anyways, in this video, first we'll talk about Goto statement and then an interesting fact about Goto statement, and after that I'll tell you a trick in for loop which many people don't know or they tend to forget this trick. So let's start with Goto. In Goto, we have only two important statements in the whole syntax. First one is Goto and some label, and the label may be anything of your choice. There is no rule on how to define a label. And the second statement is the same label name that you used after Goto, and after label name there's a colon. Label acts as an identifier only. So now let's see how Goto is used in a program and how it is executed. I'm going to show you a very simple program which just prints hello fearless coders at the output screen, but I'm going to use Goto so that I can explain the working of a Goto statement. Let's have a look at the program. The program looks like this. First, Goto X is encountered, so the control will shift to this X label, then hello will be printed, then Goto Y is encountered, so control will be shifted to this Y label, then fearless will be printed, control will be shifted to this Z label, and then coders will be printed, and then 0 will be returned. Now this is a very complex type of method, and I can simply do the same thing using a single printf. And this is the reason why use of Goto is discouraged. But never mind, let's check the output. Hello fearless coders. Now I have another example for you. For that, let's first comment this and let's uncomment this program. Okay. In this program, first I have declared two variables. One is of integer type and one is of character type. Then I'm prompting the user to enter a number and I'm scanning that number. Then I'm prompting the user, do you want to give another number, yes or not? Then I'm scanning the answer. If the answer is neither Y nor N, then the control will jump to again and it will again ask the user, do you want to give another number, yes or no? It will again scan the input and it will again check these. This time let's say the user entered Y, so this condition becomes true and the control will jump to loop, this label. If the user entered Y, which means that the user wants to give another number, so the program will again ask the user, prompt the user to enter a number, it will again scan the number, it will again ask the user, do you want to give another number or not, and it will again scan the answer, it will again check these three conditions. This time let's say the user entered N, then the program will return 0, and if any of these is not true, all of them are false, then the program will return 1. This is the case when the program crashes and it will not execute any of these statements, which means my program is false, so it is returning 1. Let's check the output. Enter a number 7. What is this? Let's check it. Actually what is happening is there is a buffer which is known as standard N buffer. What this does is it stores all the inputs that are given by the user through any input device, which is keyboard in our case. So when I typed 7, it stored 7. Then I pressed enter. So it also stored enter inside it. So what happened was, it asked the user, do you want to give another number? And it scanned the enter, and then it checked that it is neither Y nor N. So it went to again label, and it again asked me, do you want to give another number or not? Then it was waiting for me to enter a character. So what is the procedure, how to eliminate this thing? For that, we have a function named f flush, and inside this we write std in. What this does is, it flushes every single thing that is present inside standard in. So it will flush the enter that was pressed when I entered the number. So this should eliminate the problem. Just check what is the output. Enter a number. Let's enter 7. Do you want to give another number? This time this is asking me only a single time. Let's enter anything, let's say G. Do you want to give another number? Okay, this is working now. Let's enter Y this time. Enter a number. Let's enter 4. Do you want to give another number? Let's enter no, N. The process returns 0, and this is the execution time, pretty long. Okay, I've already told you that use of Goto is discouraged. This is because it produces spaghetti code if used in large number. Spaghetti code is named such because the program flow is like a spaghetti, that is twisted and tangled, just like the Hello Fearless Coders code. Also, some people tend to prefer Goto where they can use loops instead. Where loops could have made their work easier, they use Goto. I don't know why. But Goto has its own uses, and they can make your code look much easier to read if used properly. For example, moving out of a deeply nested loop is much easier than break if Goto is used. Now, the most interesting part. Remember I told you that I'll tell you a trick in for loop that many people don't know, or they tend to forget this. The trick is that it's not necessary to use all the 3 statements that are written over here. Now I want you to pause the video and calculate the output first. Now let's run the program and check the output. It's printing all the odd numbers that are less than 20. Now since I've initialized I over here, there's no need to do the same thing over here. So can I remove this? Let's remove it, and let's again run this program, and yeah, the output is the same. Now let's undo this, and since I'm checking 20 over here, so this statement seems to be redundant and it's of no use. So can I remove this? Let's remove it and check. And yeah, it's the same output. Now undo this also, and since I'm incrementing I over here and I'm doing the same thing over here, can I increment I by 2 over here, and let's remove this and run the program again, and it's the same output, which means that I can remove any one of these from here. Also, I can remove all of these from here. Now let's check the output. And the result is the same.